Hello everyone! I thought for today's video I would make a fun little video about my family's Christmas traditions because I'm wearing my Christmas sweater and that actually plays in what we did today. So let's get into it. My family's always been really big on Christmas traditions, and so from the start of December onwards we always had a lot to do. Most families have advent calendars, I think, but if you don't know what they are, they're little calendars with a little door for each day leading up to Christmas, and you open them and usually they're filled with chocolates. I know more recently it's been really popular to get some that are filled with like little product samples like makeup and things, but my family always had homemade advent calendars. So some pockets were full of chocolate, but other ones had little things for us to do, like bring cookies to the fire department to thank them for protecting the community, or go have a sleepover under the Christmas tree, or go build a snowman, things like that. So that was always really fun and something I think my brother and I looked forward to every year. We actually fought over which advent calendars to get because they were both so cute. My family's also really big on decorating, so since I think Thanksgiving of this year, we've started decorating the inside and the outside of the house. There's currently a snowman lit up hanging in my window, and the outside of the house has fun things like giant ornaments in the trees, a little Snoopy and Woodstock Santa Claus, guys just sort of hanging out, a Bumble from the 1970s Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas claymation movie that may or may not have definitely inspired my tattoo, the one that's right here that you can't see because I'm wearing a sweater. Nevertheless, it is there. And we always get a Christmas tree, and it's always a real Christmas tree. So when I was quite little, we went to a tree farm, and that's what we did today. Well, I should say, we always go to tree farms. This one was a tree farm that you just go and pick out a tree, but as we got older we actually went back to doing what my dad did, which was going to a Christmas tree farm where the trees are still planted, so you get to go and cut them down basically, which is really fun. Really cold, but you bring the dogs. It's a great thing. There's a barn that has hot chocolate inside, as well as I think you could buy wreaths there, and it was just a really nice experience. It kind of felt like something out of a Christmas movie actually. It was that wholesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty great. I think my favorite part of Christmas though was always Christmas Eve. So we sort of combined traditions for that day. My mom was actually raised Jewish, so Christmas Eve to her was a day when you get Chinese food because nothing else is open, but you still kind of want to celebrate because all the Gentiles are, you know, so you might as well. And we've incorporated that into our tradition. So on Christmas Eve, my family and I would always get really dressed up, and then we go to an early church service around 4. And after that, we'd find a Chinese place, have Chinese food, usually while still dressed up in like very fancy church clothes, Christmas dresses, you know, the whole 9 yards. And then we would go back to the house and get whatever Christmas cookies my mom had made, which was usually a lot. And we'd get in the car and listen to Christmas music and drive around looking at various Christmas lights. This part we usually didn't do on Christmas Eve, but there's a hotel near my house that has a forest that every year is transformed into sort of like a drive-through Christmas experience. So there are all these lights, there's a teddy bear forest, it's great. It's still open this year for COVID because of course it's all in the car, it's perfectly socially distanced. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that was always a lot of fun. And then we would go into neighborhoods. So in Wisconsin, there's actually this place called Candy Cane Lane, that's the actual name. And I'm pretty sure all the residents are required to decorate for Christmas, but that was always amazing to see. Especially when I was a kid, they would really go all out. And then there'd be people in costumes, like Santa costumes, on the street collecting for various charities, and it was just a really fun thing to do. We also would drive around to other sort of fancier neighborhoods, because people with mansions usually decorate them for Christmas, and that's really fun to see. And once we got tired of that, we'd come back home and we'd watch Christmas movies, and my brother and I were always allowed to open one present, which is very fun. My posture is all over the place in this video, so I do apologize, but I'm trying. And yeah, and the Christmas movies we watched were usually old ones. So like I said, the 1970s the 1970s Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation. We'd watch the old Heat Miser and Snow Miser movies. I think one of them is called Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but I don't actually remember because in my head the only people that matter are the Heat and Snow Miser and their fabulous musical introductions, obviously. We'd watch the Drummer Boy one sometimes. Or we watched a lot of claymation movies now that I think about it. I don't know why that was such a popular thing, but clearly it was, and you know, we certainly enjoyed it. The one where Santa Claus becomes Santa Claus, so when he's just a red-haired dude, and then the Burgermeister. I'm pretty sure in that movie they call him the Burgermeister Meisterberger. Also Burgermeister Meisterberger. And that's always funny because German, but Burgermeister just means mayor. And the toys are banned or something and the town's really gray, so then Kris Kringle has really red hair and he starts making toys and then he gets in trouble and then he takes the teacher who's has a really trippy song sequence. And then they go and like live in the woods and build toys. These were all made in the 70s, okay? They don't make a lot of sense. Or Frosty the Snowman or Charlie Brown Christmas, you know, all the classics. And I just really love Christmas. Christmas Eve was always my favorite day of the year. It was really fun to have that sort of magical anticipation feeling. We'd always also look at the NORAD tracker for Santa Claus. So they take the thing that tracks satellites, and then for Christmas they make it tracking Santa Claus. So you actually get to look and say like, Santa's in China right now, or Santa's in, you know, Costa Rica. And they'd have little videos. It was really cute. I definitely believed in Santa for a long time as a kid, because who doesn't want to believe in a magical guy that shows up and gives you presents and is just like confirmation that magic exists, that adults confirm and children confirm. Oh, I was devastated to give that up, but I still really love the Christmas season. I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I just thought it would be kind of fun to share some nice holiday traditions. I would love to know yours, whether they're about Christmas or any other holiday of your choice. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, holidays that aren't taking place right now but could be at any other point of the year. I don't really care. But yeah, tell me how your family celebrates your favorite holiday. I think that would be fun to know, so just comment it. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.